We'll get started. My name is Erin. I'm a nutritionist at OnPoint. If you're just joining us for the first time, OnPoint Nutrition is a virtual nutritional counseling company. We are a qualified team of dietitians and nutritionists who provide personalized programs to help you reach your health goals. We always work at the pace of our clients to help empower you to better yourself, feel more confident in leading a healthier lifestyle. And one thing that I know a lot of us over the past year have been thinking about or really talking to our friends and family about, and what we have heard a lot of feedback about, is about how difficult it is to meal plan while working from home. That's why in tonight's webinar, we'll be discussing how to successfully meal plan for a week while working at home. I have one participant here from Wisconsin. Awesome, welcome, hello, hello. Feel free throughout the course of tonight to send in any questions to the chat function and we'll get started. So, for many of us, working from home has become the new normal. And if you are anything like me, you understand the struggles that come along with having all of your meals and snacks readily available and prepared at home. It can become exhausting, to say the least, trying to meal plan and prep, work, clean, and still find time for that work-life balance. So hopefully by the end of tonight, I'll be able to help all of our participants learn how to plan quick and healthy meals for the workday, prepare balanced snacks to keep at your desk, and to choose recipes, not just from our member portal, but from all over the web that you can make in 30 minutes or less, really trying to maximize your time during the work week while working from home. So, first things first, what are the benefits of meal planning? I know we've all heard this many times, it's a hot topic for sure, but what are the benefits of it? Well, one, it can definitely save you time. Saves you time because you're not going to be running back and forth to the grocery store multiple times throughout the week. In addition, it also helps to save you money for that very reason. If you meal plan and think to yourself, all of the groceries you need at one time, well, then you won't be making multiple trips, avoiding adding to that grocery budget for the week. Also, when you have a plan, you're more likely to stick to it as opposed to ordering out. And we all know how quickly those DoorDash and Grubhub orders can get very expensive. It's also very stress relieving. When you have the plan, you don't have to think too much about it. Long are the days of thinking to ourselves, what's going to be for dinner tonight? Or what do I have for lunch? It also encourages a variety and balance in our meals throughout the week. So let's get started. At the end of our time together, I'm going to provide you with a whole week of meals planned for the entire week, as well as a shopping list. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know. But our first key step in meal planning when working from home is we want to get organized. Choose anywhere from 3 to 4 recipes that you want to make throughout the week. Then you want to take inventory of what you have in your fridge, freezer, pantry, and you want to create a grocery list based off of what you need. So a big tip that I have is I usually like to look through my local grocery store ad to find what proteins and the produce that's on sale for the week. This helps me form my recipe decisions and snack options for the whole week's meal plan. Your second step, you want to choose a variety of fruits and vegetables. I recommend choosing anywhere from 2 to 3 different fruits and 3 to 4 different vegetables throughout the entire week. This is going to give you a variety of fruits and vegetables to provide you with many different vitamins and antioxidants that can keep you energized during a long workday. Third, we want to select multiple lean proteins. So my recommendation is to choose anywhere from 4 to 5. Give yourself variety. We all know that chicken is very lean, but it can become very boring when eaten the exact same way every single day. So think to yourselves, what other proteins do you enjoy? Make the majority of them leaner proteins, whether you're here for weight loss, just healthy living, or specific dietary specification. You really should be leaning more towards some leaner proteins throughout the week. So think chicken, turkey, white fish, even some plant-based options are going to make for very quick weeknight meals. Number 4, choose high quality starches and healthy fats. What does this mean? You want to have starches that are high in fiber, such as potatoes, rice, quinoa, beans, and lentils. In addition, you want to try out some whole grain bread. Basically, you want to stay away from those starches that are not going to keep you full very long. So the higher the fiber, the longer it will take to metabolize in your body, giving you energy throughout the entire day. When you have simpler carbohydrates like candies, chips, and even white breads, you're going to have a very high glucose spike, which is then going to cause a very low low, which is going to make you feel extremely tired. And after a long day of sitting in front of your computer or your desk or in meetings or doing paperwork, the last thing you need is your energy levels fighting against you. So choose very high quality starches. So let's talk about healthy fats a little bit. Those healthy fats, if you pair them with high quality starches, are going to provide you with longer lasting energy. So what are healthy fats? Think to yourself, the unsaturated. Nut butters, avocados, nuts and seeds. Like I said, this is going to prolong the digestion of these starches, so you will feel full longer. Any questions? No? If anything comes in, just let me know. Number 5, prepare desk snacks. I get this so much throughout the day. My clients will tell me that they just don't have the time to eat or prepare a snack in the middle of their workday. But if we take the time to prepare a snack that can stay on your desk all day long, even if you're just munching on it throughout the day, you'll be giving yourself energy for the entire workday. So why do we snack? That's it, to give us a constant stream of energy, specifically glucose. Having that balanced snack between meals is crucial to maintain our glucose levels. We want constant energy. We want to feel alert. We want to be focused and productive at work, right? Snacking between meals will provide us that energy we need. So think to yourself, what kind of snacks can stay at your desk? A lot of people don't realize fresh fruit and vegetables really don't have to be refrigerated for 4 to 6 hours at a time. As long as you're staying away from dairy, such as yogurt or cheese, or even dip, you can keep those things out on your desk and munch on it while you're working. So we'll talk about strategies and figure out a way that that'll work well so you can maintain focus and concentration for a very productive workday. Finally, block your time. I hear from so many clients that they just don't have the time to eat during the day. Are you one of them? I highly recommend blocking the time on your calendar. Working from home is not just physically, but it's also mentally exhausting. You need a break throughout the day. You think about it, if you were working in the office, I'm sure there would be many breaks just getting up, going to the coffee machine, going to the bathroom, seeing your coworkers. It's not happening anymore. So find time throughout your day to put in a small block. Use that 10 to 15 minutes as a form of self-care. Steal back your time from the office. Go out, get some fresh air, go for a walk, stretch your legs, have a snack. That sounds like a good time. Actually, there have been studies that have shown our bodies go through circadian rhythms while we're sleeping. For optimal sleep, you have to go through your REM cycle, so on and so forth. Well, same thing is to be said about your hours of productivity. Most people can only focus for an optimal level of 2-hour time frame. So if you give yourself a break every 2 hours, even for just 10 to 15 minutes, you will be more productive and focused throughout your entire workday. So take that time, get out, go outside, stretch your legs, have a snack, but take a break every couple of hours to be more productive during your day. Most importantly though, if you're not going to do that, definitely take some time to have lunch. We've idolized this working lunch, but when we're working from home, it's really, really important to take that break if you can. Taking a lunch break will allow for your digestion to be optimal. You'll fully enjoy your meal, satisfying all of the urges in terms of hunger, taste, feel. So think to yourself, if you can take a lunch break, take it, even if it's just for 20 to 30 minutes. That is going to provide you with more energy all day long, sustaining your glucose levels, and then you won't have that 3 o'clock draw where you need that third or fourth cup of coffee. Instead, you'll be resulting to your energy reserves and focusing on how you can fuel the rest of your day. So take a lunch break, make sure it's balanced, think to yourself, protein, starch, vegetable, and we'll go more into that. All right, so I don't have any questions. Those are our main goals, our main steps. But today we're going to talk about really how does this look on a day-to-day basis. We're going to plan out an entire week's worth of food. We're going to stick with meals that you can prepare in 30 minutes or less. So if you're an OnPoint client, you'll see that I'm going to be pulling recipes from our member portal. If you're not an OnPoint client, feel free to find recipes from all over the webpage or give us a call and we can get you set up with a member portal and you can look at the recipes that we have available. So for some of us, this may look very familiar, but this is our meal planning guide. We use this to organize our thoughts, to organize our recipes, and figure out our daily servings throughout the day. We're just going to give ourselves a baseline of different daily servings for, let's just say, the average person. So we'll think anywhere from, we'll do about 2-3 proteins, 2 to 3 fruits, 3 to 4 veggies, 4 to 5 starches, maybe 2 dairy, 4 to 5 fats, 3 to 5 condiments. These look different for everyone, so if you're not an OnPoint client, give us a call, we'll get you set up with some servings. If you are an OnPoint client, talk to your nutritionist or dietitian about how this can look for you. So, I always like to start out my meal planning, starting from the bottom, working my way up, working in reverse. Think to yourself, dinner can usually be the hardest meal to plan. So if you start there and work your way backwards, it can really make a difference in your successful meal planning. The one thing I always like to say to my clients, start at dinner. All meals should have a lean protein, a starch, and a vegetable or fruit. Snacks are great to use fruits and fats, starches and fats, even veggies and fats, or dairy. So let's think to ourselves, what kind of proteins do we want to have this week? I mentioned we should choose anywhere from 2 to 3 or 4 to 5, right? So think to yourself, all right, chicken is really versatile, but I don't want to have this same exact chicken meal every single day. If we go to our OnPoint website and we find all the different chicken recipes, you'll come across one that I personally love. It's called lemon thyme chicken. I personally love this one because it is 1 protein, 1 starch, 1 veggie, and 1 fat. So we'll come here and we'll put in our recipe for lemon thyme chicken. You can see that here. So I'll copy and paste the website. I'll drop it into my meal planning guide. I'll go from there. Questions so far? Feeling good? All right. So like I said, we start at dinner. This recipe specifically is a sheet pan recipe. When you're planning meals while working from home, think to yourself, slow cooker, sheet pan, meaning 1 pot, set it and forget it, just put it in the oven and you set a timer, come back to it when it's done. You also want to think to yourself about casseroles. Casseroles go a long way. You can think tons of different flavors, lasagna, anything along those lines. So what do we have? Slow cookers, sheet pan meals, and casseroles. For lunch this day specifically, let's plan to do a casserole. We know it's going to provide a lot of leftovers. The less you have to cook throughout the week, the better. You don't have time. You want to spend your time working. So one recipe that I really enjoy is an enchilada casserole from OnPoint Nutrition. So I'll pull that up and we can explore what that looks like. So the enchilada casserole. This recipe is 1 protein serving. And as an OnPoint client, you'll become very familiar with what these servings look like. But if you have any questions, definitely let me know. We have 1 protein, 1.5 starches, 1 dairy, and half a veggie. And this is for our enchilada casserole. So I'll copy that here. And we'll bring that in to our meal planning guide. How many of my participants already meal prep? Yeah? All right, a good amount. All right. I hope you can take away some tips that we have here. If you have any questions, let me know. But like I said, the easier, the better. Save complicated meals and snacks for the weekend. That's where you can get a lot of variety and you can maybe explore your kitchen a little bit. But on the weekday, if you're on a time crunch, think the simpler, the better. So our enchilada casserole. I don't know why I didn't drop in here. See if I can find it. About that. What are some meal prepping tips you currently like to do at home? Oh, I see cutting up some vegetables ahead of time. That's a really good idea. Yep, I love that. Good. All right, so here's our enchilada casserole. Like I said, 1 protein, 1.5 starches, 1 dairy, half a veg. Dinner prep, I love that idea. Prepping dinner for the entire week at one time. Yes, that's great. I bet that saves you so much time. Prep it all at once. You don't even have to think about it throughout the week. And that also saves a lot of time with the cleanup as well. Maybe you can get some good recipes from here. All right, so our meals. We have a protein, starch, dairy, veggie, and a little extra vegetable in the middle of your day. Veggies give you a lot of fiber, going to help keep you full for the rest of your workday. All right, breakfast time. You should always start your day with some sort of protein source. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Treat it just like any other meal in terms of getting a protein, a starch, a fruit, or a vegetable. That's going to help start your day off on the right foot, kind of prime your metabolism ready to take on the workday ahead. So my personal favorite in the morning, if I have the time, fry up a couple of eggs, maybe even hard boil 2, have 2 slices of bread and some avocado. A nice quick avocado toast to start the morning with a little bit of vegetables can really go a long way. So if you think to yourself, you want to do a couple of eggs, that'll be half a protein. Say 2 slices of bread, be 2 starches. Whole wheat would be better, higher fiber, really great for your metabolism and your glucose levels. And then we always want to pair a fat with that, right? So this case, we'll do some avocado, could always do nut butters, or maybe even just a side of nuts. So we'll do about half an avocado, be 2 fats. And then we're missing here a vegetable. We want to get to about 3 veggie servings throughout the day. So let's add in some spinach. You can always saute spinach with those eggs and have a nice veggie along with your breakfast. We'll do about half a vegetable serving, do 1 cup of spinach. All right, so now that we've figured out what we're having for our main meals, we have protein throughout our day, starches spread out to maintain our glucose levels. We don't want any high spikes or low dips. That's just going to leave us lethargic and unfocused. So spread those out by having it at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have some vegetables. What we're missing here are some fruits, fats, and dairy. So that's where you want to get your snacks. Like I mentioned, fruits and vegetables, most fats like nuts and seeds, you can pre-measure and keep on your desk all day long. You can kind of think of it, right? Fruit comes from the ground. Vegetables come from the ground. They're not refrigerated there. So as long as they're not cut up and or have dairy or dressing, you can keep it out all day and munch on it throughout your workday. One of my personal favorites to snack on, I do this all the time and I tell all my clients, 2 fat servings of nuts is about 18 grams or about 1 ounce. So I take a small shot glass and I measure out my nuts with that shot glass because that's about a 1 ounce serving, and I put it on my desk. And then that's my portion of nuts for my morning snack along with some sort of fruit. Right now, clementines are in season. So we'll put those clementines out on our desk with it, and then we have a nice little snack for our morning. So I'm going to put here, there we go, those 2 fat servings, because like I said, I like to measure it out on my little shot glass. So we'll do about 18 grams of nuts, pistachios, almonds, cashews, walnuts, pretty much anything will be great. I go for the unsalted because I am very mindful of my sodium content, but definitely feel free to talk to your registered dietitian or nutritionist to see what's best for you. And then I'm going to do clementines. I mentioned that that's in season right now. So 1 fruit, 2 clementines. All right. Then, usually my mornings are very busy. I don't know about you guys. Once I turn my computer on, answering emails, questions all day long. So I really don't have time to get up. That's pretty much all I can handle. The afternoon, though, a little bit more leniency. So that's usually when I'll go for some more of my dairy servings because I have the time to get up from my desk, go downstairs, grab something from the fridge. Beginning of my week, I always measure out my yogurt and my cheese servings. I put them into small little baggies and I keep it in my fridge in one section so I can just grab and go. Also, I find that measuring out my vegetables too. If I plan to do a vegetable snack like carrots and hummus or cucumbers and hummus, I cut up those veggies, the carrots and the cucumbers, ahead of time. I keep them in a small Ziploc container with cold water, and it keeps the vegetables from turning mealy or really mushy. Gives it that nice crisp snap all week long. So that is what we'll plan for our afternoon snack. We'll think to ourselves some sort of yogurt or some sort of dairy, I should say, and a fruit, because it looks like we've really only had one fruit this day. Big fan of Greek yogurt because Greek yogurt is also going to provide you with some protein, and depending upon your nutritional needs, you may need a little bit higher protein for your day. So in this case, we'll count our yogurt as a dairy serving, our Greek yogurt as a protein serving, I'm sorry. So we'll say half a protein, and it'll be about half a cup of Greek yogurt. And then we are missing some fruits. We want to have anywhere from 2 to 3, really maintain our energy levels with that natural sugar. So we'll think about another fruit serving here, and we'll do about 1 cup of berries. All right. So the only thing we're really missing could potentially be maybe another dairy, maybe another fruit. And what I find is grapes and cheese make for a great afternoon snack or evening snack once my workday is done. It's nice and creamy, but also sweet and cool and delicious. So we'll think of that as being our evening snack. So we'll do 1 fruit, about 3/4 cup of grapes, and 1 dairy, which would be 1 ounce of cheese. So keep those measured in your fridge. You don't even have to think about it later. I also find cheese sticks to be really helpful because they're usually just about a 1 ounce serving. So you just tear it off and you have your 1 dairy there. But definitely check the nutrition facts. And if you're not sure, talk to your nutritionist or dietitian because every brand's a little bit different. Okay, so there we have 1 full day of meals and snacks. Sounds pretty easy, right? You have a casserole that you can use all week for lunch, and we have a sheet pan dinner that you can make multiple times. So we're actually going to do that. We're going to replicate this day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Why complicate it? Reuse meals that you've already had. So what I like to do, the good old copy and paste, just so I can fill in my full day and take the guesswork out of it on my day-to-day basis. I usually also, fun fact, this is very helpful if you print it out and you put it up on your fridge. That way, when the mealtime comes, you just go to your fridge, see what you had planned, say Saturday or Sunday, and it's already done for you. So we'll do that. We'll copy and paste it throughout the entire week. And also it minimizes your grocery budget because you can just stick with reusing what you have. All right, but like I said, getting variety is definitely key. Oh, looks like we gotta make that a little bigger. There we go. So if you chose to do a chicken for 3 days of your week, let's say you wanted to also get in some fish. Veggie foil packs for fish are really I don't know who created this invention, but you always get the most moist piece of fish that took no time at all to cook. So explore some of the recipes that are out there. OnPoint has an incredible salmon and veggie foil pack recipe that I'm going to share with you tonight. It takes about 15 minutes to put together and bake, as long as your oven's preheated. So I will copy and paste that into here, and I'll pull up the recipe for us. This recipe here. Has anyone tried it? Really good. And you can do it with any fish out there. You can use salmon, tilapia, cod, flounder. Really, it comes out well with anything you try. And it's nice and easy. All we have in here is salt and pepper, a few different vegetables, olive oil, and lemon. So we can put that here as one of our dinner options. One protein, we'll do the baked salmon. And what did I say, right? Your meal should be a protein, vegetable, and starch. So let's add on here about half a cup of rice, brown rice preferably. That will keep you full longer. Also, you can prepare a big bowl of rice in the beginning of your week and use that for leftovers all week long. You don't have to make it fresh every single night. It's just as good 7 days later. So we'll do a little baked salmon, veggie foil pack, and some rice for dinner this night. Let's think about some lunch options. We did an enchilada casserole one day. Oh, I also find salads to be a really great lunch option during the work week. The reason why is because you can buy your lettuce already pre-cut or get the whole head of lettuce, wash it and cut it at home yourself. Package it, this is one of my favorite go-tos, in a Ziploc bag. If you cut those vegetables up and put it into a Ziploc bag, and if you're the only one eating it, this is fine, but obviously not COVID safe if you're feeding a lot of people, but you breathe into the bag a little bit and then close it up. That carbon dioxide keeps the vegetables fresh inside of the bag. It's the greenhouse effect. So if you cut them all up beginning of the week, stick it in a bag, give a little air to it and seal it, you'll have fresh vegetables or fresh lettuce all week long. One of my favorite recipes is from OnPoint. It is a veggie taco salad combination. It uses ground turkey, beans, and corn. So I'm going to put that in here for us. And it also has rice, so you'll get that starch in addition. I'll pull that up. Everyone see what I'm working with here. Delicious veggie taco salad bowl. So we'll add that to our meal plan. And this is another great lunch to prepare ahead of time because it's going to stay fresh and delicious all week long. So we'll add that for our lunch. And then we're just missing some breakfast. So some of my mornings are really busy. We start calls at 8 a.m. Eastern time. So I'll be honest, I'm not that big of a morning person. Sometimes I'm just rolling out of bed at 7:30. Not a whole lot of time for breakfast. So I'm a big fan of shakes. Using Greek yogurt as a protein source is helpful in addition to fruits and even some vegetables that you can throw in there. You can get a nice array of nutrients in one shake option for those busy mornings that you just don't have time to prepare, say, eggs and avocado toast. One of my favorites is the Collie Berry Shake from OnPoint Nutrition's website. If you haven't tried this out, I highly recommend it. It is so delicious. It's creamy. It has cauliflower in it, which a lot of people think is insane and will taste gross. But actually, it provides the same creamy consistency a banana does in a shake. So if you love that creamy, thick texture, I highly recommend trying some cauliflower. If you get frozen rice cauliflower, it's even easier to blend up. So we'll put that in for our breakfast. It is about half a protein, 2 fruits, 1 dairy, a veggie, and a fat serving. Put that in here. There we go. Has anyone tried this recipe? Or do you have any shake recipes that you recommend? Yeah, peanut butter chocolate, that's a good one. That is a very good one. That's one of my favorites for sure. Oh, well, you can always add your hyperlink if you're very digital, but you don't have to. There we go. So we have your Kali berry shake as your breakfast. Now we just want to fill in with some snacks. Like I said before, snacks, fruits, vegetables, fats, starches can be really helpful. I usually like to make in the beginning of my week one batch of some sort of sweet treat. I have a very big sweet tooth, and OnPoint does a great job of creating these energy bites. The one that is my personal favorite right now is a coffee chip cookie dough bite. I am telling you, it's phenomenal. If you have not tried it, it does count as a starch and a fat, which is great because in the mid-morning, like I said, very busy for me over here. So I will make these, keep them in the fridge until the morning of, take them out, stick them on my desk, and I munch on them throughout the day. If I'm not mistaken, 2 bites would be 1 serving size. So it makes for a nice indulgence, I guess we could call it, in the middle of your morning. I mean, it has coffee and chocolate. What more can you want? So I'll show you that recipe here. And that can make for a good option. There we go. For a nice mid-morning snack. So we'll take those, we'll put them in for our Tuesday snack. What did I call it? Coffee cookie dough bite. And then since we did have a good amount of fruit in our morning, we can always have vegetables as a snack later on. I find apples with peanut butter or, carrots and hummus really to be great options. So you can think to yourself here, let me do 1 vegetable serving. And we can do, say about 2 tablespoons of the hummus, and it would count as 1 cup. Hummus is great because it's made of chickpeas, and there really aren't any, what do I want to call them? Any ingredients in it that's going to spoil if you leave it out for a couple of hours. So if you find yourself super busy in the afternoon, you just don't have time to stop, take some hummus and sit it down on your desk. Eat some carrots along with it, and you'll be good to go. So 2 tablespoons of hummus, perfect. And then you don't always have to have an evening snack, but if you want, go have a piece of fruit. Or one of my personal favorites right now are yasso bars. If you haven't tried them, they're delicious. It gives you a nice sweet treat, especially with the summer months coming up. Here, we'll just say it's an optional idea here. All right, and then make it easy for yourself. Copy and paste, reuse what you've already done. Have it again later on in the week. I find doing it this way, meal planning, instead of having the exact same thing every single day, provides me with enough variety, and I'm able to maintain that excitement day after day. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I plan for the same thing every single day, by Thursday evening, I'm done. Don't hand me another grilled chicken breast or baked potato. I'm done. I need flavor. I need variety. So planning it out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday really can be helpful to keep you motivated. Yes, yasso bars are incredible. If you have not tried the mint chocolate chip, I highly recommend it. All right, so I'll copy and paste those over. And then, like I said, your weekends are the time to really explore your kitchen. Try out new recipes. Maybe if you're a red meat eater and you love to have beef and broccoli from the local Chinese restaurant, maybe now's the time to try making it yourself. a little bit more involved, sure, but your weekends are the time that you have to do that. Your work week, stick with what's easy. 30-minute meals, casseroles, slow cooker. There's one recipe for a slow cooker chili on the website that I highly recommend. So there's your work week in a glance. I'll fill in for Saturdays and Sundays based off of what I personally like to have. I usually sleep in a little bit, have some nice banana pancakes in the morning or spinach and egg quesadilla, always do some salad, maybe another fish option. But when you look at your week as a whole, Monday through Friday, working from home, always think to yourself, convenience is key, so don't be afraid to grab some pre-cut vegetables and pre-cut fruits. Even frozen can be your best friend during the work week. Throw it in the microwave, heat them up real quick, and you have a delicious vegetable for dinner. Pre-measure those snacks. I can't stress it enough. Snacks are going to keep you satisfied all day long. So if you pre-measure them, say on a Sunday afternoon, you stick them into your fridge, you stick them on your counter, you can just grab and go all work week. What else? We want to get variety, right? So think to yourself about picking out many different kinds of fruits and vegetables. What do we say, right? Eat the rainbow. The more fruits and vegetables you have, the different colors, the different vitamins that they'll be providing you. That way you'll have a lot of energy for those long, stressful days sitting in front of your computer. Last but not least, definitely block off that time. I always tell my clients this, steal back your time. You deserve it. If you need to take a 10 to 15 minute break in the middle of your morning, take it, block it off. No meetings can be scheduled at that time. You need a minute, go outside, get some fresh air, have a snack, go for a walk if you have the time. Do whatever you need to do to maintain that work-life balance. It is a fine line right now with everybody working from home. Sometimes it feels like there is no separation of work and life. Everything's all in one place. So do what you can to maintain that self-care and that motivation to keep your health in check, not just physical, but mental health as well. So block your time, take your lunch breaks, and definitely explore some other recipes that we have on our website. If you're not already a client, give us a call. We'll get you set up with a free consultation. We'll get you met up with a nutritionist or dietitian. Really help you figure out what your nutritional needs are and how we can help you get to them. Last but not least, before I let everyone go, we're going to walk through a quick shopping list. If you do not make a shopping list, I highly recommend it. Some of us have taken on the convenience of ordering our groceries. Others, like myself, I like to physically go to the store if I can. I always find I get the freshest produce and the nicest cuts of meat. I don't know, old school like that. So make a list and break it up based off of what your needs are or those servings. One thing I also like to do is I picture the grocery store in my head, and that's how I make my list. So I just walk in through the produce section, make my list, all the produce that I need for the recipes I pulled. And then keep walking through the perimeter. So what comes next? The deli counter, meats, your cheeses, and then the dairies. And then last but not least, I'll find myself through the center aisles. But there it's like a pick and choose. I don't go up and down every single one because anytime I've done that, things that are not on my list end up in my cart. So if I'm trying to stick to my budget and stick to my meal plan for my nutritional needs, I usually make a list, stick to the perimeter, and hit those center aisles as needed. Thank you all for attending my webinar on meal planning while working from home. I hope you're able to take some tips and tricks out of it. If you have any questions, now's the time, let me know. Or if you think of something later, Definitely feel free to send me an email, reach out on Instagram or even Facebook. I'm here. My name is Erin, and you're very welcome. You are very welcome. I hope you all got some fun tips from this. I will provide you with this meal plan for an entire week with these recipes we discussed, as well as this entire shopping list. So take a look at it. If you have any questions, if you need anything at all, I'm here. It was really great getting to know everyone tonight. I hope you have a really great rest of your week. Happy Monday.